Chosen one, lean in for a moment. Heaven has been tugging at your spirit all day, and you can feel it even now. That soft, almost inaudible pull in your chest, like a whisper floating across the surface of your soul. Before this day ends, I was instructed to release a message you were meant to hear. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now, something in you has already been trembling because God has been calling your real name, not the one people call you by, but the one only heaven knows. There is someone watching this with breath held low in their chest, because you can feel the atmosphere around you shift the moment these words began. You weren't supposed to scroll past this. You weren't supposed to avoid it. Heaven orchestrated this exact second, this exact breath, this exact moment of your life. Your spirit felt it, didn't doubt it. That slight tightening in your chest, then the release, because something inside you recognizes truth before the mind catches up. Stay until the end of this message, because something in you is about to open. Not a thought, not an idea. Something in your spirit that has been dormant, waiting, quietly pressing against the inside of your ribs like a warm light trying to break through. Chosen one, you have been feeling something unusual lately, a strange mix of heaviness and awakening. You rest but do not feel rested. You withdraw from people without understanding why. Your eyes look alive on the outside, but inside there is a quiet storm, one no one else sees. Your breath has been shallow some days, as if the air around you grew thicker. Your chest has felt tight for no medical reason. Your hands have held a subtle tremor in moments you told yourself were nothing. But you know better. You've always known when heaven was moving. You've been sensing things before they happen, a shift in energy in a room before anyone speaks, a tension in your dreams that feels more like revelation than imagination, a subtle pressure in the back of your mind, like spiritual footsteps pacing behind your thoughts. You've noticed how your relationships have been reshaping themselves, old connections growing silent, once familiar faces drifting away, conversations feeling hollow even when the words sounded right. The air has changed around your life. Everything has felt slower yet heavier with meaning, like you are walking through a hallway dimly lit but guided by an unseen hand. Listen carefully. These sensations, they are not random. They are not signs of fatigue or stress or confusion. They are signals. Heaven has been whispering through your discomfort. Your spirit has been tuning itself to a frequency you didn't recognize at first. But now it feels almost familiar. God has been shifting things around you in the silence, right now, in this exact moment. Even the pressure in your chest is not an accident. It is the spiritual muscles inside you stretching, expanding, preparing. Lean closer. Your spirit needs to hear this part, because what you have been feeling has not been happening to you. It has been happening for you. There is a reason this season feels different. A reason the nights have grown quieter around you. A reason you've been waking up with that strange warmth in your back, as if something invisible stood behind you while you slept. Something has been hovering around your life, not dark, not heavy, but purposeful, like a presence waiting for you to be still enough to notice. Heaven has been recalibrating the environment of your destiny. Even if you didn't see the hands, you felt the movement. Something in the spiritual realm has shifted. Something around your life is being rearranged. You've stepped into a moment heaven has been preparing you for long before you knew it existed. The battles intensified because breakthrough pressed near. The silence grew thicker because revelation settled close. The detours you thought were setbacks were actually divine repositioning. You have been guided even when your world felt small. You have been covered even when you felt exposed. You have been seen even in the moments you felt invisible. Breathe in, hold it, let it go, because what I am about to speak next will land deep. Your spirit has been sensing the approach of something or someone heaven assigned to your path. You've been feeling the anticipation without knowing the source, the pressure without knowing the reason, the quietness without understanding the purpose. And if your spirit is resonating right now, if your chest feels warm or your breath feels different, or something inside you feels like it's standing up, then hear me. You are not here by accident. Something sacred is opening around you. Something you cannot yet explain, but you can feel like a soft pulse beneath your skin. This message is not a coincidence. It is a divine appointment. Heaven is preparing to reveal why you've been feeling what you've been feeling, why everything in your life began rearranging itself without your permission. Chosen one, pay attention. What I say next will confirm everything. Chosen one, you've been carrying more than you speak, haven't you? I can feel the weight behind your silence, the way your breath sometimes catches for no reason, the way your shoulders tense up as if bracing for impact, the way your eyes hold stories you decided nobody would understand. Heaven says, I saw you when no one else did. I saw you when the room was full, but you felt alone. I saw the battle happening inside you even when you hid it behind a calm face. There is a part of you that has learned to walk through life quietly, not because you lack voice, but because you grew tired of explaining yourself to people who never truly listened. You've been misunderstood time after time. You speak softly with sincerity, but your words get twisted. You give love generously, but suspicion greets you more often than gratitude. People misread your intentions even when your heart is pure. It made you withdraw, didn't it? Not out of weakness, but out of sacred protection. You've been in rooms where the air felt heavy, where your spirit sensed something before your mind could decode it. You've stood in conversations that looked normal but felt wrong. You've mastered the art of keeping peace externally while your inner world churned like a hidden storm. You smile, but your heart beats with unspoken truth. You walk with purpose, but you carry fatigue that no one has ever earned the right to see. And if we're being honest, even when you sleep, your spirit doesn't rest. Your mind has been running without pause, circling the same questions, replaying old wounds, scanning the spiritual horizon like a lighthouse in rough waters. You've been tired in a way sleep doesn't fix. Your soul has been weary in a way words can't describe. Some mornings you wake with heaviness in your chest, not sadness, not fear, something deeper, something nameless but undeniable, like a message trying to rise from beneath your ribs. You've felt isolation even in familiarity. You've been in a room full of people and still felt unseen, like your spirit existed on a different wavelength. You've learned to keep quiet the parts of you that feel too deep, too sensitive, too knowing. You've learned to hide your discernment because people don't understand how you sense truth before it happens. You feel energy shifts before anyone speaks. You know when someone's spirit is off. Before they reveal themselves. You've always been spiritually ahead, but it made you emotionally alone. And then there were the wounds, the ones inflicted by those closest to you. The people you helped the most, yes, those were often the first to betray you. Those whose burdens you carried were the same ones who disappeared when yours grew heavy. Your loyalty has been your vulnerability. Your kindness has been mistaken for naivety. You've poured into people from an empty cup, and they still asked for more. God says, I saw every moment. I counted every tear you swallowed before it escaped your eyes. I noticed every breath you steadied so you wouldn't break in front of them. I watched you hold yourself together when you felt like collapsing under the weight of disappointment. You were not invisible to heaven. You were hidden. All of these things you went through, these sensations you felt, these burdens you carried, they were not abnormalities. They were signs. Signs of being chosen. Signs that you were being set apart, refined, stripped of distractions, positioned for purpose. You were never strange. You were marked. You were never forgotten. You were protected. You were never overlooked. You were being prepared. Think of Joseph, placed in a pit, sold, misunderstood, forgotten by men, but remembered by God. Think of David, alone in the cave, hunted, hidden, yet anointed. Think of Moses, concealed in a basket, preserved for a destiny larger than himself. Heaven hides its strongest warriors until the appointed time. You were hidden not for punishment, but for preservation. And you were not alone. Archangel Michael stood near you when the night tried to swallow your mind. Gabriel whispered direction into your dreams when you felt lost. Raphael touched the wounds you didn't tell anyone about, the quiet heartbreaks, the disappointments you pretended didn't hurt, the betrayals you never voiced. Heaven was closer than your breath. Your journey has never been empty. It has always been watched, guided, guarded. Your soul has been tired. Yes, you wake up with a heavy chest some days, but you still move because something in you refuses to die. Your eyes tell stories your mouth never speaks. Your hands have trembled at night from battles no one knows you're fighting. You've carried grief in your lungs and hope in your spine. You've been walking forward even when your knees shook. That's not weakness, that's calling. Every quiet morning when your spirit felt older than your age, heaven saw it. Every sigh you released into the air when you thought no one heard, heaven recorded it. Every time your voice broke inside you, but you forced your breath to stay steady, heaven honored it. You thought you were forgotten, but you were being shielded. You thought you were delayed, but God was forming your character. You thought doors were closing, but those doors were never meant to lead you where you're going. And now, something inside you is starting to understand. There is a reason your path looked different. A reason you felt disconnected from the world. A reason your relationship shifted. A reason your intuition sharpened. A reason you sensed things you couldn't explain. Those silent seasons shaped you more deeply than you realize. You weren't being overlooked. You were being refined. Let your spirit breathe for a moment. Something in you is being seen, truly seen, perhaps for the first time in a long time. All this time you thought you were breaking, but you were actually being built. You thought you were alone, but angels stood guard. You thought the silence meant abandonment, but it was preparation. And now that you understand why you felt this way, now that your spirit is beginning to exhale, now that recognition has risen like a warm light behind your ribs, let me show you what heaven has been preparing next. Because everything you've been feeling has been leading to a shift. Chosen one. Something is shifting around you right now. You can feel it, can't you? Even as these words reach you, there is a subtle trembling inside your spirit, a soft awakening stirring beneath your ribs. In this very moment, heaven is moving on your behalf. Not later, not someday, now. The atmosphere surrounding your life is changing, rearranging, aligning itself in ways that will soon make sense. You may not see the full picture yet, but your spirit does. It has been sensing this shift long before your conscious mind caught up. There is a divine rearrangement happening even as you listen. Feel your breath for a moment. Notice how it has dropped lower into your chest, how it moves more freely, how something in you has loosened. Your hands might feel warm or slightly tingling. There may be a lightness forming across your shoulders, as though someone lifted a weight you didn't realize you were carrying. Your breathing feels deeper, steadier. Some of you may feel a chill running down your back, like a brush of wind in a still room. These sensations are not random. They are the body responding to spiritual alignment. Your spirit feels alert, awake, almost standing now. The fog that once covered your mind is beginning to lift. Thoughts that felt tangled are beginning to loosen. Your inner world, once filled with pressure and confusion, feels like it's rearranging itself piece by piece, as if unseen hands are placing everything where it belongs. This is not emotional. This is not imagination. This is not wishful thinking. Chosen one, this shift is spiritual. Heaven is confirming your new season. Heaven is realigning your path. Heaven is repositioning you for what is next. Nothing in your life is happening by accident. Not even the stillness, not even the slowness, not even the moments that felt like nothing was moving. God has initiated a transition you cannot stop, and you are not meant to. Every delay you experienced was divine timing at work. Every door that closed was heaven intervening. Every change that felt abrupt was God protecting you from futures not meant to be yours. You were never falling behind. You were being held back until the right moment arrived. And that moment is now beginning. There is a sacred reason for this shift. Heaven is recalibrating your steps because you have completed a phase you didn't even realize you were in. You endured the refining fire. You walked through valleys that made you stronger than you know. You survived battles that were meant to bury you. And through it all, angels worked on your behalf. Archangel Michael has been clearing the path in the unseen realm, intercepting attacks that should have reached you, but never did. Gabriel has been releasing quiet instructions in your dreams, nudging your spirit toward clarity. Raphael has been restoring the parts of your heart that broke in silence, mending what you never told anyone was wounded. While you thought you were standing still, heaven was working. And now, the result of that unseen work is beginning to surface. It feels like something is lifting off your shoulders, doesn't it? Like a pressure loosening, like an invisible chain snapping quietly. There is clarity forming where confusion used to sit heavy. There is peace emerging in the spaces where anxiety once lived. There is calm beneath your sternum, spreading slowly like warm water. It feels like dawn after a long night. It feels like stillness before rain. It feels like wings unfolding behind you, not to fly, but to remind you of who you are. It feels like light gathering at your feet, preparing to guide your next steps. Heaven is working. Heaven has been working. Heaven will continue to work. The words of Isaiah echo right now. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? Chosen one, you perceive it. You feel it. Your spirit recognizes that a chapter is closing and another is opening. You may not see the door yet, but you feel the draft coming from the other side. Hear this with authority. You are not losing, you are transitioning. You are not being stripped, you are being lifted. You are not being abandoned, you are being positioned. You are not falling apart, you are being rearranged. What left your life was never meant to enter your next chapter. What stayed is meant to grow with you. What is coming will meet you where you are rising. The shift is not against you, it is for you. Every piece of your story is aligning in real time. Every detour, every delay, every lonely moment, every moment of acceleration, and every sudden stop, all of it is converging toward a divine intersection you were destined to reach. Feel the energy change. Feel how the air around you feels different now. There is anticipation in your spirit, a soft pressure in your chest, a sense that something is approaching. Something purposeful, something assigned, something you did not even know you were being prepared for. Now that the shift has begun, there is something else you must understand. A shift like this does not happen quietly in the spiritual realm. Every time heaven elevates a chosen one, the atmosphere grows louder, the resistance grows sharper, and the unseen realm pays attention. Because with every divine shift comes acknowledgement. With every elevation comes observation. With every new assignment comes its shadow. And as heaven repositions you, as your spirit awakens, as the light around your life intensifies, there is something standing on the horizon of your destiny that you must be aware of. Not to fear it, but to recognize the moment you are stepping into. Chosen one, the shift you are feeling is not only preparation, it is activation. And activation always comes with a battle. Chosen one, listen closely now, because what I'm about to say will explain the war that has been raging around you. The battle around your life has intensified for a reason. Hell has been louder because heaven is closer. The warfare you've been feeling, the heaviness, the pressure, the sudden chaos, the shadows in your dreams, the tightness in your chest, none of it is random. You are standing in the final stretch of a long spiritual war, the last threshold before a divine unveiling. You've felt it in your mind first, those sudden spikes of anxiety that didn't match your circumstances, intrusive thoughts whispering fear at odd hours, moments where your own mind felt like foreign territory. One moment you were steady, and the next, your thoughts spiraled without warning. That was not weakness. That was spiritual interference, the enemy trying to distort your clarity right as heaven prepares to reveal your next assignment. Then it attacked your emotions. Waves of heaviness appearing out of nowhere, sadness with no story attached, confusion dropping onto your spirit like a weight you couldn't identify. You tried to shake it off, but it lingered like smoke after a fire. You felt disconnected, numb, restless. These were not ordinary feelings. They were spiritual pressures pressing against your sensitivity. And it didn't stop there. It moved through people. The sudden coldness from those you trusted, the unexpected betrayal, the strange tension, the misunderstandings that erupted without explanation. People who once offered support stepped back. Words were twisted, loyalty evaporated, familiar faces acted unfamiliar. Relationships shifted suddenly, violently, inexplicably. The enemy always uses proximity to test resilience. Then life itself became the battleground. Plans collapsing at the last minute, finances acting unpredictable, unexpected problems appearing in areas that were stable for years. Small inconveniences piled into emotional avalanches, closed doors, delays, disruptions, dead ends. And in the night, your dreams became unsettled. Strange images, shadows, running, paralyzing moments, as if something was watching, something trying to enter your spiritual space. You woke with your heart pounding, your breath shallow, your body cold or trembling. These were not just dreams, they were spiritual signals, the visible footprint of invisible warfare. Hear me, you are not imagining any of this. Chosen one, the intensity you feel is proof of your proximity to breakthrough. The enemy only fights what heaven is preparing to elevate. The closer you get to your calling, the louder the opposition becomes. Darkness senses when your destiny is about to open. Hell attacks what heaven protects. And the battle has grown fierce because the assignment over your life is shifting into its next stage. You are not weak. You are forged. Everything you endured was training. You were built to withstand pressure. Your spirit is older than your wounds. Your resilience is not accidental. It was crafted through seasons of loneliness, silence, and divine stretching. You were shaped in places where no one applauded. You were strengthened in battles no one saw. You are not breaking, you are breaking through. You are not losing, you are being sharpened. You are not falling, you are rising. You are not alone, you are surrounded by angels. Look to your left. Archangel Michael stands there, sword drawn, fire in his stance, intercepting attacks meant to reach you. He has been fighting battles in the unseen realm so you could breathe in the natural one. Every panic that vanished suddenly, every fear that dissolved, every danger that missed you, that was him. Look to your right. Gabriel stands close, whispering instructions into the fog of your confusion. Every moment of sudden clarity, every nudge in your spirit, every intuitive shift, that was him releasing divine direction one drop at a time. And behind you, Raphael has been touching the wounds you never voiced, the heartbreaks you buried deep, the emotional bruises you tried to ignore, the parts of your heart that felt cracked. He has been mending them in silence, restoring tenderness where pain once lived. You have never fought alone, even when you felt surrounded. And now the reason this battle is so fierce becomes clear. This is the final battle, not because you are weak, but because you are crossing a threshold you were born to reach. Your assignment is shifting. Your season of hiding is ending. Your identity is stepping into authority. Something heaven sent is drawing near, and darkness is terrified of what you are about to step into. The enemy knows you're about to rise in ways you've never risen before. He knows your spirit is stepping into a new rank. He knows heaven has positioned someone, something, somewhere in your timeline that will accelerate your destiny. And he is desperate to sabotage your spirit before you recognize what is coming. But hear this with thunder in your bones. This battle is the last before your breakthrough. This is the fire before your elevation. This is the storm before your unveiling. This is the pressure before your anointing expands. Chosen one, this is the last battle before your crown. Every attack you felt, every anxious breath, every strange dream, every shifting relationship, every emotional wave, all of it has been marking the turning point of your life. You are crossing out of who you had to be and stepping into who you were always meant to be. And in the middle of this battle, heaven has a message for you. Let me tell you what God has been wanting to say to your spirit. Hear me, my chosen, for I, the Lord, speak to you now. Still your breath. Quiet your mind. Let your spirit become still enough to feel my presence settling around you like warm light. I have been waiting for this moment, the moment when your heart would be soft enough, quiet enough, open enough to hear what I have longed to speak over your life. You have walked through fire and through nights that felt longer than your years, and through battles that tried to silence your soul. But I was with you in all of it. I never left you, not for a moment. I saw you cry last night. Yes, that tear no one else noticed, the one you brushed away before it had the chance to fall. I caught it. I saw the weight behind it, the exhaustion woven into it, the silent question it carried. I heard the prayer you whispered only in your mind because your voice was too tired to form words. You said, "God, what is happening to me?" And I answered in ways you did not yet understand. I watched you survive battles meant to destroy you. There were moments when darkness circled you like a predator, moments when confusion tried to choke the breath from your chest, moments when shadows entered your dreams to unsettle your sleep. You thought you were alone, but I stood between you and every force that tried to break you. When your mind felt like it was unraveling, I held your thoughts together with my hand. When your heart felt like it was shattering, I surrounded it with my presence. I saw how they spoke against you. I saw how they misjudged your intentions. I saw how they walked away without looking back. I saw the disappointment you carried like a quiet bruise no one else noticed. And yes, I allowed the silence. I allowed the separation. I allowed the stillness. Because in the silence, you learned to hear my whisper. In the separation, you learned who truly belonged. In the stillness, you learned to recognize my hand. I hid certain things from you so your faith could grow. I removed certain people because they could not go where I am taking you. I closed doors because the wrong ones were knocking, and I refused to let them into your future. My child, you did not lose anything I meant for you to keep. Every shift in your life was intentional. Every delay was protection. Every ending was divine redirection. I orchestrated it all with precision, not to harm you, but to form you. You were being shaped in quiet places, refined in hidden rooms, prepared in silence for what will require strength, clarity, and purity of spirit. Hear me now. I never left you. Even when you could not feel me, I was closer than your breath. When you walked through shadows, I stood beside you. When you felt abandoned, my angels surrounded you. Every tear you cried was collected in my hands. Every breath you struggled to take, I steadied. Every night you lay awake, I covered you with my wings. And now, hear the word I speak over you. I am restoring you. I am lifting you. I am healing you in places you did not know were wounded. I am redeeming the time you thought was wasted. I am sending peace into the rooms where your heart trembled. I am rebuilding what life tried to take from you. I am strengthening your spirit for the path ahead. There is clarity coming, a clarity that will settle in your mind like warm light on calm water. There is peace coming, not a momentary calm, but a deep-rooted stability that will steady your steps. There is joy returning, not surface joy, but the kind that rises from the marrow of your soul like dawn after a long night. And now, listen closely, for this part is sacred. I am placing you where your voice will matter, where your presence will carry weight, where your spirit will be honored, where the calling I placed within you will finally have room to breathe. New doors will open before you, doors no one can shut. I will send the right people into your life, those assigned to your growth, your protection, your evolution. I am breaking generational burdens. I am ending cycles that tormented your lineage. You will walk in a level of freedom your family never knew. You will stand in a level of authority your ancestors prayed someone would reach. You will rise. You will overcome. You will walk in purpose. You will stand in the identity I gave you before you were born, and hear me with your spirit, not just your ears. You are about to meet people who are assigned to your destiny. Some of them will look different from what you expected. Some of them will carry qualities you never thought would come from a direction you did not anticipate. Some of them will be younger, yet spiritually strong, divinely tuned, crafted for this next stage of your journey. Do not fear this. Do not question this. The ones I send carry the maturity of old souls and the clarity of fresh vision. They are not replacements, they are reinforcements. You will understand more soon. Michael speaks. The battle is already won. Stand firm. Gabriel speaks. The instructions you need will come in your dreams. Raphael speaks. Your heart is being mended even now. Say this with your spirit. Heaven knows my name. Say this softly. I am chosen for this season. Declare this. I am protected. I am guided. I am covered. Now let this word settle inside you. Take a breath, slow inhalation, hold, release, and let these truths anchor in the deepest places of your soul. Your spirit is ready for what comes next. Chosen one, breathe. Let your shoulders loosen. Let your chest soften. Let your spirit rest for a moment in the warmth that is settling over you right now. You entered this message with weight, but you are leaving differently. The atmosphere inside you has shifted. Something is lighter, something is clearer, something is no longer pressing so hard against your ribs. Let the peace of God settle over you like a gentle cloak. Let it close around your shoulders. Let it calm your breath. Let it steady your mind. You may not realize it fully yet, but something inside you has already changed. A door opened, a heaviness lifted. A clarity rose from deep within. There is a softness in your chest that wasn't there before, a spaciousness in your spirit that feels new, almost unfamiliar, but welcome. Something shifted inside you today. Your spirit is lighter than when you came. The confusion has broken. The heaviness has begun to dissolve. Your heart feels different, and yes, that is the sign. Stay here with me in this quiet space. You are safe here. You are covered here. You are held here. Father, we seal this word over every soul listening right now. Let peace enter their homes, peace that doesn't shake when the world shakes. Let clarity settle into their minds, clarity that guides each step with divine precision. Let healing pour into the wounds they never speak of, the ones hidden beneath silence, the ones buried under responsibility, the ones that pulse at night. Let protection surround them on every side, like walls of light, like angels standing guard at every doorway of their life. Cover them with your wings. Let nothing formed against them stand. Let no shadow cross their threshold. Let no lie enter their mind. Let your presence be their shield, steady, quiet, unwavering. Chosen one, release now. Release the fear that taught you to brace for impact, even in calm seasons. Release the guilt that clung to your ribs like old chains. Release the heaviness that wasn't yours to carry. Release every voice that ever told you that you weren't enough. Release the memories that kept scratching at the inside of your heart. Release the expectations that were never aligned with who you truly are. Feel it fall away, like dust slipping from open hands, like smoke dissolving into clean air, like chains dropping onto quiet ground. You are not meant to carry what drained you. You are not meant to hold what broke you. You are not meant to cling to what heaven has released. Now the seal. I seal this breakthrough over your life. I seal this clarity into your mind. I seal this revelation into the deepest place of your spirit. No enemy can steal what heaven has planted in you today. No darkness can uproot what has taken root in your soul. No shadow can disguise what God has illuminated. This word is now locked into your spirit, held, protected, guarded. And now that the burden has lifted, now that peace has returned, now that your spirit is breathing again, listen softly to this part, because it comes with gentle weight. In your next season, you will not walk alone. You are being prepared for connection, divine connection, the kind heaven authors with precision. And yes, one who is younger will carry a role in this next chapter, not because of age, but because of assignment. They carry what you need in this season, just as you carry what they need. They carry vision, you carry wisdom. They carry fresh wind, you carry depth. They carry clarity, you carry discernment. This is not replacement. This is reinforcement. A God-given alignment, not a human invention. Your heart will recognize them. Your spirit will feel peace around them. Your body will relax in their presence in a way you haven't felt in years. Your discernment will confirm it before your mind understands it. Do not question the difference in age. Do not doubt the divine timing. Do not resist what heaven is orchestrating. This is a connection formed for purpose. And when this connection appears, you will know. There will be no confusion, no pressure, no fear. Just recognition, deep, quiet, soul-level recognition. Now seal this in your spirit with your own voice. Type this to anchor it. I am chosen. Say this softly. I receive this word. Write this in the comments. I am covered. Declare this. Heaven knows my name. Chosen one, you are safe. You are chosen. You are covered. You are not alone. Heaven walks with you. Your story is protected. Your path is guarded. Your steps are guided. Let this peace hold you as the message settles deeper. Let the calm wrap around your ribs like soft light. Let your breath move freely again. Rest now, chosen one. Go in peace. Let this word breathe in you. Until next time, stay covered.